Hey everyone, Roland this side. I hope you all are doing well. So let's say the problem of the day. Problem number is 1358, number of substring containing all three characters. Okay, so basically we are given a string and we have to return the total number of substring that contains A, B, C. Okay, I mean that must contain at least one occurrence of A, B, and C. So for example, we are given A, B, C, A, B, C. So we have to count the number of A, B, C. So let's start using simple two pointer. Okay, so fix left at here and right at here. And if we move at like, do we got any A? How many? Do we got A, B, C? No, so just move it. Do we got A, B, C? Oh, no. Do we got A, B, C? Yes. So the first gonna look like A, B, C. Okay. So if we write the index from index 0 to, let me write the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0 to 2 gonna be the first subarray. Then and the second gonna be fix the left pointer here. A, B, C, A. So 0 to 3 gonna be second. 0 to 4, 0 to 5. These are the five subarray that contains ABC. Okay, so now move left pointer to one right. Okay, from one if we see 1, 2, 3, this contains ABC. Okay, all three different characters. So 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and 1 to 5. And look, 1 to 3 contains ABC, 1 to 4 contain B to S, C and S once, 1 to 5 contains C and B to S and A once. Okay, so at least one, it can occurs more than once. Okay, so now let's move pointer to here. So starting from C, C, A, B contains so 2 to 4 and 2 to 5. And if we move pointer again here from 3, only A, B, C, we got only one, 3 to 5. Okay. So what are total number of sub-arrays? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So total we got 10 sub-arrays. So how we are going to do this is simply as I shown here. So okay. So we can take a integer type. Okay. I mean array of 3 size where this represents the frequency of A in current window. This represents frequency of B in current window. This represents frequency of C in current window. Okay, so we have to have at least one of this frequency. Okay, so if we are pointing the left at here, so consider this as left pointer. Consider this as right pointer, and pointing right at here. Okay, so if so the frequency of A is 1, B is 0, C is 0. Okay, and now move the right to here. So now A is 1, B is also 1. Now move the right to here. So A is 1, B is also 1. Okay. So now if we see the total number of array, total number of sub arrays we got at this, because these three become 1. Okay. So if we see clearly, if we fix the pointer L, okay. So instead of calculating it one by one, these all for pointer gonna B gonna increase one, and then A gonna increase one, then C gonna increase one. Okay, so at this all pointer we got four arrays starting at zeroth index. Okay, starting from zeroth index we got fourth array. Okay, four array. So how we are going to get total number minus the index, right index. Okay, so what is the total number? Total number is n, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total number is 6 minus the the index, right index, that is 2. So equal to 4. So we got total 4 from here. Okay, let me write it down. We got total 4 from here. Okay, and now whenever we got these three true, what we are going to do is we are going to move the left pointer by 1. So if we move left pointer by 1, so A gonna decrease, so A gonna become 0. Now if these three are not true, so we're gonna again move the right one. Now a gonna become 1, so again these three become true. So now starting from one index, how many total number of sub array we can get from index 1, starting from index 1? So that is 6 minus the starting from index 1, and the this index is 0 1 2 3 3. Okay, so including this and including this part, how many sub arrays we can get is, including this part we can get this and this. Okay, so that is 3. Including this part we can get 4 sub arrays, like 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so we got 3 here, so we got 3 sub arrays from here. Now move the, we got all 3 true, so move the left pointer. Whenever we got all 3 true, we have to move the left pointer. So we move the left pointer. Now remove the b equal to 0. Okay, so now let's move the right one. So again b gonna increase to 1. Okay, so again we got all 3 true, so total number of, I mean, sub arrays we can get is the right index minus the current. Okay, so total number of size minus the right index. So position of right index is 4, so that is 2. We got 2 sub arrays. Okay, so we got all 3 true, so we're gonna move the left one. So move the left one, the c gonna become 0 if we move the left one, and now move the right one. So after moving the right one, c gonna become again 1. Okay, so after that, if these three gonna again become 1, so what is the total? N equal to 6, and the current right index is 5, so 6 minus 5 gonna become 1. Okay, so at last if we see the total number of count is 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, that's gonna make it 10. Okay, so if you write the pseudo code, so it goes something like, for int I equal to, I mean, let's consider it I is basically the right. Okay, so int right equal to 0 from, I mean, less than n, right plus plus, and while. So first of all, whenever we do the right plus plus, we're gonna increase the frequency, so we can initialize an array, int array of size 3, initialize it with to whole 0. So whenever we got a, okay, so make it array of the rth string minus a. Okay, so if we got a, this whole gonna represent. Okay, for example, if we go r equal to, I mean, this is, we got a, so a minus character a gonna represent 0, so this gonna represent first index. If we got b minus a gonna represent the, I mean, 0 to first index. If we got c minus a represents gonna to equal to 2, so 2 gonna represent the this index, second index. Okay, I mean, this is first and this is 0th index. Okay, so that's how it gonna represent. So we are going to just increase its frequency by 1, and at any moment if we get array of 0 greater than 0, and array of 1 greater than 0, and array of 2 greater than 0. Okay, if at any moment we got all three is true. Okay, so we are, what we are going to do is simply do the, I mean, first increase the count. So answer plus equal to n minus r. Okay, so total number of size minus the current right index, and after that what we are going to do, move the, we are going to move the left index. So how we are going to move the left index? Just first of all, let delete the current left index frequency. So if we move this index to this, we have to delete this one. Okay, so we have to delete the previous one. So delete the, I mean, decrease the frequency of s l minus a. Okay, and after moving, increase l by 1. Okay, so what it basically doing is, first if we are standing at here, we, first of all, if we are standing at here, what it's gonna do, it gonna delete a, then move it l. Okay, do the l plus plus. So that's what it doing. So after that, we finishes the while loop, and yeah, at last simply return the answer. Okay. So if we see the time complexity and the space complexity, so the time complexity is basically the at max L gonna iterate till here, okay, the inner while loop, and R also gonna, we are not visiting any other twice, okay. So the outer loop also gonna become one big of n, and the inner loop also gonna become big of n. So this is gonna big of n, and this gonna big of n outside the loop, okay, because we are not traversing it again in the, I mean, again and again, okay. So total time complexity gonna become somewhere around big O of 2, and space complexity, we are not using any extra space, so that's big O of 1. I mean, we can do the 3 if we are using an array, but that doesn't count much, so big O of 1, space complexity gonna remain constant, okay. So if we code it, so it goes like, if int n equal to s dot size for, I mean, int answer equal to, so int answer equal to, it's gonna become 0 for int I equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus, and we have to decrease the frequency, okay, of size 3, and in slash all by 0, you can write 1 0, that's gonna do the same. So whenever we started, so basically I, you can take it as right pointer of our window. So we are going to increase the frequency of the character that is at right index, and we are going to get index by subtracting it by 1 and increase frequency. So whenever we got frequency of 0 greater than 0 and frequency of 1 greater than 0 and frequency of 2 also greater than 0, we are simply going to do the first of all, and let's store the answer plus equal to n minus r, and after that, I mean, after that, decrease the frequency of the current left one, okay, minus a, and after decrease the frequency and increase L by 1, okay, and at last simply we return the answer, and if we run the code, and okay, we got first error, that is frequency of L, okay, we have to declare L, int L equal to 0. Okay, so some of test cases got passed, and now if we submit the code and see, okay, almost every test case got passed, so I think, and we discussed the space complexity and time complexity too, so I think that's it for today. I hope you like this video, so please make sure to subscribe to TENZOR and feel free to ask any doubts if you have in comments. Till then, keep smiling and keep coding.